Hello everyone. I just got off work and went to the store and did a lot of things before I came here. So I'm already starting out of breath. I hope you're starting in a more relaxed frame of mind than I feel right now. So we're gonna breathe together. And if anybody, I don't know, isn't working, like I'm working still 9 to 5, but if you have time to be on social media and you've seen some of my kind of rants and raves on stories today, you'll know that I'm pretty riled up. And so I decided to just choose, I usually choose a theme, part of the body that we can work on, just because it's easier to kind of create a flow in that way. That's just my style. But today, in an effort to really bring awareness to one of the biggest powerhouses of our body, our gut, our microbiome, we're going to be working with core. And I would absolutely love it if, as we're kind of moving through our time together, that you would really see your core, this place where we foster our immune system. 70 to 80% of our immune system is maintained by the microbiome. And during this whole crazy shitstorm of what's going on in the world, I'm not seeing anybody talk about real health. We're talking about how to stay sick. We're talking about how to use chemicals to do things that nature has always done better. Always, always, always done better. And as a holistic nutritionist, like, this fires me up. This makes me angry. So I'm going to bring some of that angst into our class this evening. And we're going to be working primarily with the core, but I want you to settle into, if you will, just the real inquiry of what this particular part of the body does. And a lot of the times we think about core as being either a six-pack or lack thereof, or somewhere in between. And we very little focus on our digestion. We very little do we emphasize the powerhouse. Not only that, but the intuition that resides at a gut level. And this is exactly why I talk about plant medicine. This is exactly why I talk about nutrition in general, and yoga and nutritional movement like yoga is a big part to connecting us to the body. So if you will, feed on my angst, and let's just flip it. Let's flip the script into something more powerful, because I think that that's important, that we change the narrative for ourselves, whether that's just plugging into this place of core, to this place where when we look at our chakra system, this is the place that houses the lower 3 chakras. And we're talking about self-esteem and willpower. We're talking about sexuality and sensuality, our connection, not only to self, but to others as well, which is a place that I think we're feeling very disembodied right now, considering we're not allowed to be together. And so there's all of these aspects of self, our ability to be grounded, to be connected not only to the earth, but to our tribe, to our families. Where is our role? Where do we fit in? And all of this is kind of governed in that area, those lower 3 chakras. So that's my spiel. Sorry for spilling my guts, get it? So we're gonna start reclined on the back, and we're gonna start really tapping into our breath this evening. So grab yourself, if you have a block or a book or something sturdy, that will come in handy a little bit later on, but just find a place on your mat where you can lie still and start to tap into your breath. And as you make your way into this reclined position, just take an inventory of everything in your surrounding, everything that is going on, noise-wise, activity-wise, what's the temperature. Just start to take an inventory of the space that you're in and how you occupy that space, and what are things that are available to your senses. And then as you just find those things into your awareness. Just invite them into your practice rather than allowing these things to be sort of a distraction or a strain at some point later on. Just invite these things into your practice. And if you will, as you're reclined, close your eyes, place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, and start to feel this beautiful breath fill the body. Feeling the belly rise and fall. And just allowing your breath to grow, filling these empty spaces in your torso. Deepening your inhales, and perhaps for the first few rounds, sighing out your exhales. Just letting go of anything that's stagnant or stuck. Allowing the belly, which we so often suck in and try to conceal and hide, allow it to be big and beautiful, to expand. That's the beautiful thing about our at-home yoga practice, is there's nobody else around. And so we can release some of those things that we tend to hang on to from a point of tension. It's just you and your yoga mat right now. So allow the belly to enlarge, to get big, as if you could blow up a balloon. And just notice what sensations exist here. And we'll find a few more breaths in this way. Deepening your inhales and lengthening your exhales. Perhaps calling to your mind's eye just the awareness that this belly that you're breathing into, that's rising and falling, hosts within an intelligence that is far greater than you have the capacity to understand. We're talking 50 trillion different strains and levels of bacteria right there in your gut, keeping balance and equilibrium, and either fighting disease or feasting on it. So let your breath grow. And when you're ready, go ahead and reach for one of your blocks. And we're going to use the block here, possibly at its kind of longest length. Begin to look towards your legs. Peel your feet up and off the ground and place the block at your right thigh, just below your knee. And we're going to take right elbow to the block or the book or whatever you have handy to hold it in place. Now, if there's nothing handy, you can still find this alignment, or you can pull the knee all the way to the elbow, which is going to be potentially just as challenging as the block. Now from here, interlace the fingers and just place them behind the head. Press your low back down into the mat so that you can really minimize the gap that that low curvature has, pressing that low back down. Find a nice big breath in. And just hold here, pressing the low back all the way down. Extend your left leg long. And hold here, pressing your low back down, drawing your navel to your spine, pressing right knee into the block and right elbow into the block. Big breath here. Exhale, rebend the left knee and hold. Press your low back down, 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 down. Relax your jaw, lick your lips and swallow. Feel the navel pulling back towards the spine. And then inhale, extend left leg. Keep the low back pressed. Feel the navel pull back towards the spine. Exhale, bend the left knee. Lower all the way down, release the block. Plant the soles of the feet down. Take your palms, tickle your fingers to your heels. Inhale, lift your hips. And just find a few deep breaths here, as if your inhale was a way to stretch the core that we've just really utilized. So allow your breath to stretch the muscles of the core. Big breath in. And exhale, lower all the way down. Now, most of us have a lower lumbar curve that takes the low back away from the mat. So really, when you're setting the hips down, tuck the tail so that we can press that low back into the mat. Grab for your block and then lift the shoulders away from the mat, bending both knees, taking block to left thigh, left elbow to block, interlace fingers behind the head. So just a few moments to hold here, pressing the low back down, drawing the navel to the spine. Keep your breath moving in and out through the nose. Find your breath. And really press left elbow to the block, left knee to the block. Don't let the low back lift up and away. Next inhale, extend right leg. Hold here, press the low back down. Exhale, bend right knee, press the low back down, hold here. In and out through the nose. Don't let your low back lift. Inhale, extend right leg. Press the low back down. Exhale, bend right knee. And lower all the way down. Whew. Set your block off to the side. Plant your palms, tickle your heels, lift your hips. And just allow your breath to move in and out, opening that belly. Big breath in here. Exhale, lower all the way down. This time, go ahead and grab your block. We're going to make it complicated for the very last round. You'll take your block sideways this time, bending into both knees. We want to connect the block at both knees. We want to press the low back down into the mat, and then we'll take our elbows to either side of the block, interlace fingers, and place them just behind the head. Now press the knees equally into the block, the elbows equally into the block. Inhale, release right leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Press your low back down. Inhale, extend left leg. Exhale, bend left knee. Inhale, right. Exhale, release. Inhale, left. Exhale, release. Inhale, right. Exhale, release. Inhale, left. Exhale, release. Lower the head. Release the block. Plant the soles of the feet. Tickle the heels. Lift the hips. Breathe in. Find your breath. Inhale fully. And exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your knees into your belly and start to just rock and roll along the spine. And we're going to come eventually all the way up to seated. Now, having two blocks here is really helpful. But this might be optional depending on how your core is feeling today. So the blocks basically work as an extension for the arms, almost to make the arms a little longer. You're welcome to try this from fists if you're feeling strong, but we're going to bend into the knees and cross at the ankles. And we'll position the blocks so that the palm comes to the block, but all my fingers and my thumb are released. So on the left hand, I'll come to the inner side of the block, wrap my thumb around the inner side, fingers around the front, so that it's really just kind of the base of the palm that's connecting with the block, and you'll find that on either side. From here, keeping the legs crossed, we're going to inhale, lift the hips up and off the mat. Now, as you lift your hips up and off the mat, I want you to think about tucking your tail and engaging your core, almost as if you were trying to shorten the distance from your hip bones to your rib bones. So to shorten them would be to pull them together, yeah? So from here, I'm going to find a few rounds like this and see if we can find a little bit of strength. Inhale, lift the hips. As you lift the hips, find length out of your shoulders as well. Don't let your shoulders come up towards your ears. Nice long neck. Exhale, lower. Now you can stay with the first variation, or the next time you inhale, lift your hips and take your feet with you. Pull the knees nice and close towards the chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Straighten the legs and come all the way down. So you might come down and then straighten the legs. That's okay, however you get there. Keep a nice flex towards your feet. And we'll find the same thing. Again, we might just lift the hips, and you might be barely lifting the hips, but I encourage you to try. This is how we find anything new, is just by fumbling in the dark at the beginning. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips. Now again, can you shorten the distance, tuck the tail, and draw the ribs towards the hip bones? Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now you can stay with these lifts, or you can also lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, lift. And hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Lower down. Whew. Okay, so we can come right back to that first one just for fun. Otherwise, you're going to meet us in tabletop position, but just for fun. Let's find that same variation, ankles crossed. Now, if you weren't able to lift the feet on the first round, then you can go ahead and just place your hands forward and meet us in tabletop. We're all going to get there eventually. If your feet lifted, though, let's try a little kind of flow. So inhale to lift the hips, lift the heels, and come on to all fours. Sliding the knees back behind you. Take your blocks and just place them off to the side. And find your wrists directly underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath your hips. As you inhale, lift your tailbone. Let your belly start to drop towards the mat. Your pelvis almost spills forward. And press into the heels of the hands, drawing the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tail, chin to chest. Inhale, cow pose, lifting the tail. Letting the belly drop, drawing the heart forward. Feel the core lengthen. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift into your cow pose. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift the tail, drop the belly, heart forward. Exhale, round the spine. On our next inhale, come to a neutral tabletop. Tucking the toes if they're not tucked already. Extend the right arm forward, left leg behind you. Now, don't let your spine sway. Oftentimes it's easier to find this. We lose integrity for the core. We start to drop into our joints. So I want you to press into your right knee, your left palm, lift your torso up into a straight line. Inhale, reach arm and leg in opposite directions. Exhale, bring elbow and knee together under the body. Squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect and hold for 3, for 2, for For 1, place the right hand down. Can you take the left knee to the left wrist? And then can you take left knee to the left elbow? Left knee to the left tricep. Left knee to the left shoulder. Maybe asking too much. Place that left knee down. Big breath in. Lift your tail. Find your cow pose. Stretch out the core. Exhale around the spine. Inhale, cow pose. Lifting the tail, offering the heart forward. Nice long reach for the core. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, tuck the tail. Last time, inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, look forward, extend left arm, right leg. Now again, don't sag through the belly. We want to lift up and out of right shoulder, left hip. So press into left knee, right hand, lift the belly. Straight line for the spine. Inhale, reach, arm and leg in opposite directions. Exhale, elbow to knee, round the spine. Really connect or even over connect. Inhale, extend left arm, right leg. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Place the left hand down. Take the right knee to the right wrist. Right knee to the elbow. Right knee to the tricep. Right knee to the shoulder. And place right knee down. Beautiful. Now, from here, walk the hands forward. Keep the hips stacked above the knees and just start to offer the heart towards the mat. This doesn't have to be your deepest puppy dog pose, but think about just a nice long lengthening sensation for the core. Breathing in and out through the nose. So as we move through our practice, we're going to play around with balance and transitions, trying to find this place of movement that comes from the center of our being, from the center of our core, from our foundational 3 lower level chakras. Find a big breath in, look forward, slide the palms in just enough that you can tuck the tail, lift the knees, and find your first downward facing dog. Spreading the palms nice and wide. Pressing into the thumb and the index finger. Letting the hips move side to side. Reconnect with your breath here. And if you practice with Ujjayi breath, this is a perfect breath to hold for our practice. That is the victorious breath. It is the breath that comes in and out through the nose with a slight constriction of the back of the throat. Find a few breaths here, just allowing your knees to bend one at a time, finding extra space in your body. Relax your jaw, lick your lips and swallow. Just notice how you're feeling, how your heart is beating, how you are breathing. And a nice big breath in, lift your heels, bend your knees, and set them down onto the mat. Take your right toes and just kickstand them to the outer edge of your mat. Keep your right hand where it is. And we'll roll onto right knee, right wrist. Extend your left leg, reach left arm to the sky. So the left foot can land just behind you. Or we can hover that left foot. Now I want to open up with this side plank variation first off, because we're going to come back to side plank a few times. And so just knowing with the strength of the body whether or not we need to modify and what modification looks like. So this is your modified plank, big breath in. As you exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, extend. Reach the left arm now forwards. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend. Place left hand down, left knee down. Kickstand left toes and just switch right over left side. Extend right leg, right arm rises. So again, finding your breath. We want the left wrist under the left shoulder. Left knee under the left hip. Right foot is planted or hovered. Find your breath. So engaging the obliques, the side core, so that we can lift the hips. Big breath in. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Maybe we don't come close. Inhale, extend, right arm forward. Exhale, connect or come close. This is close enough. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend, look down, plant the right hand. Let's find full plank, tucking both toes. And then right away, bring the knees down. So you always want to find a full plank before you bring the knees down to make sure your alignment is correct. And then from here, tuck your tail. So that emphasis of shortening the front line of the body, as if you could bring your hips or your pelvis closer to your low ribs. Find a big breath in. As we exhale, bend the elbows slowly, slowly, slowly. Come all the way to the belly. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Palms under shoulders. Lift the heart, cobra. Shoulders up, back, and down. You can find a wider cobra if you like. Exhale, lower. Plant the palms beside the rib. Tuck the toes. Press back. Child's pose. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath. In and out through the nose. And when you're ready, this time we'll inhale, look forward, and start to walk the feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold, bridging the gap between belly and thighs. So soften your knees to bring your ribs or your belly towards your legs. Grab a hold of opposite elbows and just hang free for a moment, releasing any strain in the neck, head, and shoulders. Maybe nodding yes and no, or licking the lips and swallowing. Finding your breath. And a nice big breath in and release the arms nice and heavy. As you exhale, send your weight into your heels, tuck your tail, and start to drag a heavy upper body all the way up to standing. Turn your palms forward, Tadasana, mountain pose, stepping towards the top of the mat. Close your eyes for a moment and bring both hands towards your belly. Breathe big into the belly, let it expand and contract. Send these intentions quietly to yourself if you wish. I am grounded. I belong here. I am capable. Bring your palms together at the heart. As you inhale, press your palms to the sky, lift your gaze. Exhale, fold forward, belly to thighs. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, and step right back to your plank pose. Now, if modification is needed, bring the knees right down. Otherwise, we're going to hold this a little longer than you want to. And I want you to think about lifting up and out of the shoulders so that we're not taking shoulders towards ears. Tucking the tail so that you're shortening the front of the body. So this big curvature in the low back, we don't want to see this here. This causes a lot of damage for the spine. Instead, to protect the spine, we tuck that tail. Find your breath. Press into your fingertips for a little bit of extra support in the hands. Big breath in. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. So elbows to the ribs, either all the way to the belly for cobra, or if upward facing dog is in your practice, finding your upward dog. As we exhale, lift the hips and slide back to downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. In and out through the nose. Find a big breath in, lift your right leg to the sky. On your exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, shift forward, one leg plank. Inhale, extend right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right. Wrist, forearm, elbow, tricep, your choice. Exhale, extend. Inhale, nose to knee, round the spine, shift forward. Shoulders, stack the wrists. Exhale, extend. Inhale, right knee, right arm in any capacity, the higher the harder. Exhale, kick back. This time, inhale, knee to nose, round the spine, step, hop, or help. Right foot between the hands. Find a big breath in, sweep your arms to the sky, crescent lunge, so your back heel stays lifted. Now, right away, we tend to, in this pose, see a lot of ribs lifting and flaring if there's hypermobility in the spine. So if you're flexible, this is going to be a little bit harder. We want to pull the ribs in. That might require you to soften your back knee in order to tuck your tail. Find your breath. Inhale fully. Now as we exhale, left arm reaches forward, right arm peels back, twist. Look to the right. We're going to move from the core here, so solidify your legs. You are grounded. As you exhale, reach your left fingertips to the floor. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Keep tucking your tail, draw your navel in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, rise. Last time, exhale, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, rise. Bring the palms together at the heart. Take your shoulders forward. Big breath in, sweep the arms to the sky. Draw your low ribs in here. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Big breath. And while you're finding your sturdy plank, don't move too quickly, stay here. You can always come to fists if your wrists are sore. Apparently mine are sore. So big breath in, stacking shoulders above wrists. Exhale, move through your vinyasa, elbows to the ribs. Lifting the heart on the breath in. And hips back, downward dog on the breath out. Reconnect to your breath. As you inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward your shoulders, stack your wrist creases. Inhale, extend left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee towards left arm. Wrist, forearm, elbow, tricep. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Inhale, extend, shift back. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to the nose, round the spine, step, hop or help, left foot between the hands. Arms rise up. Ooh, crescent lunge. So finding your breath, noticing your ribs. If you can't tell, bring your hands to your body and just start to feel around. If you can feel your ribs, they are flaring out. We want to tuck them in. So soften your back knee, tuck your tail, and draw your ribs towards your hip bones towards your ribs. Almost like you had a little string and you were trying to tighten up the front of the body. So find nice sturdy legs. And reach your right arm forward, left arm behind you. Find a little bit of a twist, and we're just going to move from our center. You are grounded. Big breath in. Exhale, move slowly, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach down. Use your oblique strength. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, rise. Arms at the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, pull the ribs in, in. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to your plank and hold. Lifting the navel, ribs towards hip bones. Big breath in. Exhale, move through your vinyasa, elbows to the ribs as you lower, lift the heart on your breath in, and shift your hips back on your breath out. In and out through the nose. Deepening your inhale, lengthening your exhales. From here on your inhale, look forward, soften your knees, and step, hop, or float to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Hands to shins, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Draw the low ribs in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back. Plank pose. Now from here, right away, we're gonna roll over onto the outer edge of the right foot, right arm. Left arm to the sky. So modification is right knee to the ground, your choice. Lift your left hips and reach your left arm forward. Feel that nice long lengthening sensation as you challenge the right obliques enough to lift the hips really high. Big breath in. And exhale, plant your left hand. And let's roll all the way over. Side plank, left side. So hips lift here, crunching through the left obliques, stretching out the right obliques, reaching right arm forward. Find your breath. In and out through the nose. Big breath in. Now look down, same thing on the other side. Right hand plants down. And roll over to the right side. Left arm reaches, lift left hips, reach left arm forward. Big breath in. A little faster now. Exhale, look down, plant left hand, roll over, left side plank, right arm rises. Inhale, right hips lift high, right arm reaches forward. Next inhale, look down, plant the right hand, come to plank. Exhale, move through vinyasa, elbows to the ribs. Lift the heart on your breath in and hips back. Downward dog. Are you still breathing? Reconnect to your breath, look forward, soften your knees and step, hop, or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Hands to shins, lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way. Pull the low ribs in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back. Tuck in the low ribs. Hold here. Press the floor away, the mat away. Lift the space between your shoulders. And exhale, move through your vinyasa, bringing your elbows to your ribs, lifting your heart on the breath in, and shifting hips back on the breath out. Reconnect to your breath. Now from here, lift your right leg. Bend your knee, pull it in, round the spine, step the right foot in between the hands. And bring your palms together at your heart center. See if you can align your shoulders towards your hip height. Begin to shift your weight into your right leg, lift your left leg, warrior three. Now let's play. So we can keep the palms together. And we can take variation A, pull your knee in. Exhale, extend. You can reach the arms out. Inhale, right elbow, left knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale, right elbow, left knee. Exhale, extend. Last time, inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extend. Hold here. And then step that left foot down, plant the hands, step back to plank. Exhale, flow through vinyasa, elbows to the ribs, lifting the heart on the breath in, and shifting hips back on the breath out. Left leg rises, breathe in. Knee to the nose around the spine, step hopper, help left foot in between the hands. Bring palms to heart center. And extend right leg. Shoulders to the height of the hips. And you can stay here, palms to heart. Draw right knee in, breathe in. Feel the core squeeze. Exhale, extend if you want to add the arms. Inhale, left elbow, right knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, left elbow, right knee. Exhale, extend. Last time, left elbow, right knee. Extend. Tap right toes down, plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, flow through. Breathing in to lift your heart, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a moment to let the knees come down. Send the hips back, child's pose. Now reconnect to your breath here and start to feel the energy of the core as the belly expands and contracts. This is your vitality. This is what determines in so many ways how much energy you have, how many nutrients you're able to pull from your food, what your immune system is going to function like, what mood you're in. This core and everything that lies beneath the skin, this is your powerhouse. And you, my friends, are not a dumpster. And so don't treat your body that way. During these times, we have control over what we feed ourselves. Literally, food is medicine. We have control over what we feed ourselves versus TV and fake news and fear propaganda and all of these things that are being thrown in our face every minute of every day. We can choose to tune in or not. That's part of our diet, what we choose, what we feed on. And so what are you feeding on? And a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, just drag heavy arms all the way back towards your knees. We're going to find our way onto our sit bones. Reaching for our block once again, or book, or whatever you're using. We're going to take this block and place it in between the knees. Walking the heels nice and close, but resisting the urge to come down onto the tailbone or the low back. So we want to stay tall. This can be a lot for hip flexors, so your knees might be a little further away. That's okay. You have an option to keep your fingertips planted, arms extended, as we begin to lift the feet any capacity. Maybe you're just lifting one leg and then the other. Maybe you're not lifting the legs, but you're coming to tippy toes as you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the block. There's so many ways to do this, so don't cheat on yourself. Now again, we want to stay tall here. Find a nice big breath. You might reach your fingertips forwards. In your own capacity, we're going to move in and out from high boat to low boat. You thought we were done. We're almost there. Lift your heart. Big breath in. As you exhale, lower your boat. Press your knees into your block and extend. Inhale to rise right back up. Pull the knees as close as you can get them. Exhale, extend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, extend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, extend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, extend and hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, rise and hold for 3. Straight spine for 2. Smile for 1. And let your feet come down. Release your block off to the side. Extend your legs straight here. Walk your hands behind you about a full hand length. Lift your heart. So start to find a bit of a back bend here. The opposite of what we were doing as we were engaging the core previously. Let's just stretch out the front side of the body now. So fingertips are facing your hips. And your heart is lifted. Your shoulders are drawing away from another across the chest, but shoulder blades drawing towards one another across the back. As you inhale, lift your hips, point your toes, maybe taking toes towards the mat. Big breath in. Exhale, lower the hips. Again, on your inhale, lift the hips, point the toes. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Now sit up nice and tall. Make sure that there's plenty of space behind you. Shift slightly forward and start to lower down. If you have a block handy, it's my favorite way to descend, really working on core strength, block between knees and taking it 1 bone at a time, 1 vertebrae at a time, until you're all the way down on the mat. Now the block, if you have it with you, great, we're gonna keep it here. Take your arms into a T. Now, see if you can inhale and press your low back down into the mat so your knees will draw towards the body. With the low back press down, exhale, drop knees slightly right, just a little tick-tock. Inhale, knees to the sky, low back presses in. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, knees to the sky, low back presses down. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the left. Keep your shoulders grounded. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the sky. And with this next exhale to the right, stay here. Keep your shoulders grounded, gazing up or over the left. And just breathe into this little bit of a twisted scenario for your guts, for your torso. Imagining, if you will, eyes closed, that every single breath in is helping to nourish and wring out some of these internal organs that don't get nearly enough love. A nice big breath in. Exhale, knees to the sky. And then twist all the way over to the left with the knees. Both shoulders grounded. Gazing up or over the right shoulder. Again, breathing here, eyes closed. Envisioning this cleansing of the upper and lower bowels, the kidneys, the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, all of these organs that do so much and get so little in return. Deepen your breath. Big inhale. And exhale to unwind. Release your block off to the side. Bend your knees and plant the soles of your feet down so close to the body that you can tickle the heels with your fingers. And then press the palms down, lift and tuck your shoulder blades down, almost that you could create a little spine for your upper, or a little tunnel for your upper spine. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift the hips. And let's just hold here, making this all about the breath. As you lift the hips, we lengthen the torso. Find your breath. And just stretching out through the core, bringing lots of oxygen into this beautiful lower belly area. Last few deep belly breaths. Lifting heels if this at all helps with any tension in the low back. Big breath in. And exhale, lowering the hips all the way down. Let's bring the knees into the belly for a nice big hug. And just find a few breaths here. Maybe thinking about any inversion that you might be practicing right now. So an inversion is just simply when we extend the extremities, particularly the legs above the hips and heart. So that could be quite simply just extending arms and legs to the sky, maybe rolling out through wrists and ankles. If shoulder stand is in your practice, this is a great time to find shoulder stand. If you're practicing any other type of stand, please feel free to take this time to do so. If you're close to a wall, legs up the wall is another really great way to spend this time. And we close our practice with inversions quite powerfully because this is how we turn on our parasympathetic nervous system. And this side of the nervous system is responsible for all healing. Healing. You are a self-healing mechanism. I don't know if you know that. But you can't just heal in the same conditions that made you imbalanced in the first place. And so this turning on of the parasympathetic allows us to shift into rest and repair, but most importantly, rest and digest. And so this simple action of lifting the legs above the heart is a switch for the nervous system that takes us out of stress and cortisol production, because at a very primal level, the body recognizes that if we are with a resting heart rate, legs in the sky, that there's no risk of danger. And in this very primal way, the body knows intuitively now is a really great time to catch up on all that healing, to catch up on all that digestion, to catch up on laying new tissues and cells and all the cleanup that the immune system is responsible for. Not only that, but it helps to bring your lymphatic flow, which does not have a pump of its own. This is the part that collects all the waste and the debris that our cells create in their effort to rid us of these harmful toxins that we're exposed to daily. This is how we support those systems. So spend as much time here as you can and come back to this place as often as you think of it. First thing in the morning, last thing before you go to bed, somewhere in between. You might find a few really gentle sighs of relief as we move towards more rest. Really finding, I always find if we have focused on core that there's this beautiful energy that we can start to feel in those lower level chakras. Maybe even repeating to yourself these affirmations that we started with. I am grounded. I belong here. I am capable. And as you are resting in whatever variation of posture you found yourself in, feeling free to move when you're ready towards Shavasana, unless you'd prefer to take Shavasana with that inversion. And I'll close with a little golden nugget. So the section of this book by Eckhart Tolle is about presence. Whatever you cannot enjoy doing, you can at least accept that this is what you have to do. Acceptance means, for now, this is what the situation or the moment requires for me to do, and so I do it willingly. If you can neither enjoy nor bring acceptance to what you do, stop. Otherwise, you are not taking responsibility for the only one thing you can really take responsibility for, which also happens to be the one thing that really matters, your state of consciousness. And if you are not taking responsibility for your state of consciousness, you are not taking responsibility for life. On the new earth, enjoyment will replace wanting as the motivating power behind people's actions. Wanting arises from the ego's delusion that you are separate, a fragment that is disconnected from the power that lies behind all creation. Through enjoyment, you link into that universal creative power itself. Expansion and positive change on the outer level is much more likely to come into your life if you can enjoy what you are doing already, instead of waiting for some change so that you can finally start to enjoy what it is that you're doing. When you make the present moment, instead of past and future, the focal point of your life, your ability to enjoy what you do, and with it the quality of your life, increases dramatically. As always, I'll take a little photo of this and post it to stories in case you're wanting to read it again. So it's such a beautiful reminder. I love this book. Thank you so much for joining me, for listening to my rambling chat at the beginning. And I hope that you are feeling inspired, at least to start contemplating that instead of feeding yourself like a dumpster, that you might feed and nourish and care for yourself as this temple that you are. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.